Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Iceman 3rd ID. So, something odd happened today. We got a new patch for No Man's Sky. 1.13 says it's bug fixes. Here we are in the old freighter. We're going to go over some things that they fixed, some of the things that they didn't fix that I've noticed, that I know about, because they haven't come out with any sort of patch notes or anything yet, which is odd, right? Which makes me think that there might be something hidden in the update, because it's a rather big update. It was something like 1.8 or 1. No, it was 1.482 gigabytes, which seems pretty big for patch, just bug fixes, right? Like last time they came out with something that was a bit anywhere close to that, they added base building and freighters. So it's got to be more bug fixes, right? Well, that's what everybody else is thinking, but nobody knows what that is. However, I can tell you what they didn't fix. Look at my floor here. See my floor? See how everything's all uneven on my floor? That's because the base breaking in this mode has not been fixed yet. See this right here? I have got to delete that and then put in another cubed room structure just to get in here, because this is all jacked up. I tried to put a farm up here, but every time I come up here to this freighter, I end up locking myself in this room because this door goes away, and every time I come back, these doors are all uneven. Look, I can see outside. That's space right there. That's what that is. That's the outside of my freighter. That is looking directly into space. It's not good to have cracks in your space station such as this. Like, they're usually supposed to be airtight. Generally, I've got cubes sitting out in space because I can't get to them. So this part, I believe, is for me at least, is broken, and I don't know how to fix it. So I haven't been able to put a farm up here. But I'll take you down to the surface level and show you something that did change. However, I've noticed that there used to be a problem where when you were getting in and out of your containers, it would move your inventory items that you didn't want moved, and some of them were unmovable inventory items, right? So let's go look at that. So what you would do is you would go in here, you would put something in here or take something out, and it would move like your jetpack over to your starship or something along those lines. Well, it's not doing that anymore, at least any that I can tell. So they did fix that, I think. They changed some of the things about, and they're very subtle, they're very, very subtle changes, but they changed some of the things about how the game works, right? Like, when you enter your freighter, you get the same kind of slowdown motion that you get when you're approaching a space station now. I can still take out my gun in my space station, or in my freighter, and shoot her. So that hasn't changed. Which you can't do in your freighter. I mean in the space station. Or in any other buildings, right? But if I turn around here, I'll show you what I mean. Like, I'm at 1,688 units per hour per second. I don't know what that, how, it's just units. Well, if we point back at our space station here, we'll approach it at 1,688 units, and when we get close, it should start slowing down now. There you go. So now it limits it. See, you saw for a second there, if I wasn't off target, you saw for a second there, it limited my speed to about 196 units. So that's exactly what it does for the space station whenever I get close to the space station. It didn't used to do that. Alright, let's go back down to the base here. And if you notice, I'm directly above my base. Before I would have been had to have been halfway around the planet to call my freighter over there. That's another thing that they changed. I noticed that the ground base pops in a little bit quicker. Now that's Trump Tower. I've been working on it, as you can tell. I'm still getting a little bit of a frame rate lag there. As far as I know, they did not fix the farming exploit. Let's try that out. See what we can plant here. We can plant that. Alright, so what the farming exploit was is you plant that, and then to keep your complexity level down, what you do is you get rid of that, and the plant would stay there. So they haven't fixed that yet. So you can do that with every type of plant, and therefore you can fit more plants in a room per area while keeping your complexity down, because you don't need the hydroponics in order to grow. You just plant it in midair. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Alright, so there's that. They have not fixed. Alright, I should have a marker in here. There it is. They haven't fixed the jump exploit yet, which is nice because I like that exploit. I use it a lot. Ouch. Ooh, I almost hurt myself there. Now over here at this beacon, I almost made a video about this the other day, as it really made me mad. I've got this little beacon here. It's my save point. Look at that. These are automated mining units. Now, the autonomous mining unit, that right there had disappeared on my last save. Or my last, few saves. They just weren't there. They disappeared, never came back. So I thought I'd lost them. Well, after I uploaded the... or after I downloaded the patch and used it, well, guess what? They all work again. These two right here were the only ones that were the only two that stayed. The other two on the sides disappeared after I'd replaced them because they weren't working properly. They were giving me the inventory full message. Well, after they gave me the inventory full message, they were all sitting right here on this side. I took the two off that weren't working, put them on the other sides. This one started working, the other one never worked. I left in frustration and disgust, came back, and the two that weren't working had disappeared. The two that were working were still there, and they've never stopped working. So they fixed the autonomous mining units. And that's pretty much all I can tell that they've fixed. Those are the only differences that I've really noticed. Oh yeah, wait a minute. One of the biggest things that I noticed. One more thing. Let's get back to my base here on Trump Tower. Trump Tower has not experienced any earthquakes. That's what I call them. Whenever the base starts to fall apart and get all wonky and cattywampus. All the pieces don't fit together properly anymore. My base had done that, and I basically had to rebuild some of my base just because it did that. And I still get that little frame rate lag whenever I come near my base when it first loads in, but I haven't seen it like fall apart. Like you can tell when it does it too, because all you gotta do is look at the sidewalk and they'll be all unhinged. All these little concrete paving blocks will be unhinged. Well, let's take a look at the last cool feature that I've seen. So you go in here to call your freighter, and you can call your freighter like that. Now, however, it seems to be cloaked now. Like it's really hard during the daytime to look at your freighter, right? Especially in a blue sky, because it just blends into the background. But watch what I can do. Oops, that's not what I want to do. You can put it right above, bam, right above your space station. Listen to that sound, isn't that cool? So that's pretty neat. I haven't tried to do anything else with it. Let me see here. you can't put it down. I saw this cool little jump pack maneuver that you could do where you called it in and you press your jump pack at the same time. So let's try that. I couldn't get it to do it at any rate, but it would put it really close to the ground. Wow, check that out. That is awesome. So you can put it right above your base right there, and it kind of stays cloaked right there for some reason. I don't know why it stays cloaked, but it kind of has that shimmering look, like when you look at a plant or something like that. So those are the features that I've noticed that have been patched, since we don't have any patch notes. And there's not a whole lot of stuff that's being noticed on Reddit. I've been checking out Reddit to see if anything else has been changed. Whenever I hear anything more about it, I'll surely make a video about it and let you guys know. But you know, until then, you know, I've been your host, Iceman Third ID. Thanks for coming to the channel. Like if you like the content, and you know, press that big thumbs down button if you don't like it. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. And thank you to Sunshine for making this video possible. See you guys in the next one.